Welcome to FM Tuition Academy. Okay, if you haven't subscribed, there is a button down there which is in red written subscribe, so click it. Okay, so click the subscribe button. So click the subscribe button. It's just down there. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button. Click it. Okay, we are continuing. This is Pendulum part 2. Okay, now there are certain questions that come in the exam. For example, they can say a pendulum oscillates. A pendulum oscillates 30 times in 6 seconds. What is the period? That's question 1. Question 2 is, what is the frequency? Okay, so how do you solve this? The first thing you do is, they said calculate the period. So periodic time A is equal to number of turns over T. Okay, here N means number of turns or number of oscillations. So N means number of oscillations. Okay, number of oscillations, okay, or cycles. N means number of oscillations or cycles. Okay, number of oscillations or cycles. Oscillation. So how many oscillations do we have? They said it oscillates 30 times. Okay, it oscillates 30 times here. It oscillated how many times? 30 here. So meaning the number of oscillations there is 30. In how much time? 4 seconds. What was the time? In how much time? 6 seconds. Oh, it's 6, not 4. Time 6 seconds. Over, what is 6 into 30? It's 5. Okay, so it's 5 seconds. And then periodic frequency, that's part 1. Part B, they said calculate frequency. Frequency is equal to 1 over periodic time. Frequency has got 2 formulas. It's up to you to use. You can use this one, 1 over periodic time, or you can use frequency is equal to, you remember for the formula for periodic time is number of turns over time. This is the formula for periodic time. But for frequency, you flip them. The T goes on top, the N comes down. So for frequency, you can put N on top. I mean, you can put T on top and then N down. It's the opposite of the formula for periodic time. Okay, you see that we can get the same answer. So is equal to 1 over, what was the periodic time we got? It was 6. Periodic time we got was how much? You see, it is 5. Okay, that's the periodic time we got. So I'm going to put 5 on the periodic time there. 5. What is 1 divided by 5? What's the answer? 1 divided by 5 is going to be, 1 divided by 5 is going to be 0.2. So 0.2 Hz, because it's frequency. You see? So if I use this formula, I'll get this. What about if I use the other formula? Frequency is equal to T over N. What is the T? Time was 6, you remember time was 6 seconds over 6 seconds over 6 seconds over the number of tens was 40. Okay, number of tens was 40. 6 tens, what was the number of, what was, according to the question, oh, number of tens is 30, is this one, sorry. So on number of oscillations you put 30, and then the time you put 6. Okay, we made a mistake. Okay, so the time is what? It is 6, and then the number of oscillations is 30. It is 30. So what is 6 divided by 30? 6 divided by, what is 6 divided by 30? 6 divided by 30, it will give you 0.2. 0.2 haze. So it will give you 0.2 haze, which is the same answer for this side. You can use either of them. I just wanted you to know that the formula for frequency is the same as the formula for frequency is the opposite to the formula for period. Please let me remind you. I said the formula for periodic time is like this. Okay? Number of tens over n. This is the way the formula looks. Now for frequency, it is this same formula but upside down. Okay? The t goes on top and then the n goes down. So these are the two formulas. Okay? That are very important. There's this formula here and this formula here. Once you know one, you know what the other one is the opposite of the other one. Just master one. Meaning frequency is the opposite of the other one. Okay? So frequency has got two formulas. The other formula for frequency is 1 over the answer you got for periodic time. Have you understood? That's how you solve. So we proceed. They can give you a question like, what's the second question? A pendulum oscillates 51 times in 0.42 seconds. Question A. What is the frequency? You see? This time they started with frequency. That time they started with period. And then the second one is, what is the period or periodic time? Period or periodic time. So we'll start with the frequency. I easily remember by writing the formula for frequency. So question 1 is this one. So the first thing is, if for example I'm trying to solve, I'll draw a straight line just to help you remind you. So I know that the formula for periodic time is equal to number of tens over the formula for periodic time is number of tens over t. So n over t. So meaning frequency will be the opposite. Okay. Since I know the formula for periodic time, so frequency will be the opposite. T will go on top, n will come down. So you remember. So I will pick this one. That's the one that I will use. So I will say frequency. I've only written this side to help you remember. Okay? It's for your own remembrance, just to help you. If you master one, the other one is the opposite. The t goes on, the n goes on top, the t comes down. So meaning what is n? N is what, guys? So n is let's go back. T over n. So t over n. That's the formula for frequency. So t, it means time. What time was given here? 0.42 seconds. Okay. So 0.42 seconds divided by, or the time is in seconds. If they give you minutes, you convert it to seconds. I think I've explained that. SI unit for time is seconds. Okay? And then the number of tens, it's how many number of tens? 51 times. Okay? Oscillates 51 times. So it's 51 times, guys. 51 times. So 51. What is 0.42 divided by 51? Okay. 0.42, when you divide it by 51, what answer are you going to get? Okay. 0.42 you divide by 51, you're going to get 0.00823 or something like that. So this is Hz, Hz. Okay. Hz. That's a frequency. So what is A? B says calculate the periodic time. So periodic time is equal to number of tens over n. The number of tens that was provided for us was what? The number of tens, if you remember, the number of tens is 51. This one. Number of tens is 51. So we are now calculating the second part. Number of tens is 51. What about the time? The time is 0.42 seconds. So I'll put 0.42 seconds. 0.42 seconds. So what is 0.42 divided by 51, guys? 0.42 divided by 0.42 divided by 51 is equal to, did I make a mistake on this one? Frequency is equal to periodic time over number of tens. Number of tens was 51. Okay, no, there we are correct. And then periodic time is equal to number of tens. I wrote the formula, we made a mistake. This formula, I mean for periodic time. Periodic time is n. N is on top. Okay? Number of tens over, you see, I almost made a mistake. I wrote T on top and then N down. And this formula is for frequency. We said for periodic time, N is on top. So you have to be very, very careful, guys. You see, we almost made a mistake. We almost used the formula again for frequency. Okay? So what is the number of tens? Number of tens was 51. Periodic time was what? 0.42. Periodic time was 0.42. Okay? According to the equation, 0.42. So, yeah, 0.42. So what is 51 divided by 0.42? 51, you divide it by 0.42. You find that you are going to get 121.43 seconds. Okay? 121.43 seconds. Okay? Seconds, S at the end. Okay? Okay, I think you have understood. So now we're going to have an exercise, guys. Solve the exercise. The first one is the pendulum oscillates 16 times in 0.2 seconds. Calculate the period and frequency. Calculate the period and frequency. When I say period, I mean periodic time. Sometimes they don't tell you periodic time, they just say period. It's the same thing. Okay? That's question 1. Question 2. The pendulum is moving from A to C, in 66 times for 15 seconds. What is the frequency? Okay, that's question. This is question 2. Now dealing with question 3. Question 3 is, it's a new question. If the pendulum oscillates forty times in 2 minutes. Remember what I said about minutes, huh? You know what to do to convert them. What is the frequency and period? So you calculate the frequency and then you calculate the period as well. Question 3, question 4. If the period of the pendulum is 15 seconds, how many oscillations does it make in, how many oscillations does it make in 7 seconds? Okay, I know you did not expect this one. So this one, they have given you the period. So use the formula, but now you have to make n the subject, because they're asking you the number of oscillations now, or the number of cycles. So it means you write the formula, you make n the subject. We end here.